On today's show, we'll see what all the buzz is about at Red Lake. And nope, it's not about walleyes.
How big his mouth is.
And we tag along with the folks at Northland Tackle while they work on ways to fool fish in their Bemidji lab, where science meets angling. And what's more fun than skiing downhill? Well, how about taking part in a winter event that's also raising money for a great cause? And later, our classic takes us to a warmer climate than we're used to in January. Yes, it's off to Rio Indio for an outdoor adventure of a lifetime. Those stories and more next.
That was good.
Minnesota's select GMC dealers present Minnesota Bound. From the North Country, here's Ron Chera and Raven, the Black Lamb.
Hi everybody, Raven and I welcome you to the show. Before I introduce our first story, you know, my buddy sitting here reminds me, I'm all bundled up, you know, it's winter out. She's in the same outfit she wore for the Minnesota State Fair. How about that? I guess that's the magic of being a dog, right? Well, on to our first story. You know, Red Lake was a walleye hotspot, and then the walleyes went away for various reasons, and then it became a crappie hotspot, big-time crappies. Well, now the walleyes are back, but if you're still hankering to catch a crappie up at Red Lake, well, it's still possible. Our man about the woods, Bill Shirk, shows us how.
Up late, up early.
Morning. Good morning.
Better get used to it on Minnesota's Red Lake.
Minnows.
At Westwind, the bait shop opens long before sunup.
No, they'll get going about 10, 11 o'clock.
And the buzz, even these days, has to do with what once was.
Everybody asks about crappies.
Everybody.
They all love them.
Yeah.
They want to know why they didn't keep them in here. But yeah, last weekend saw 6 come in, all singles, but they're 15 inches.
The story of Red Lake's crappie saga goes back a few years. It's a story that starts with walleyes. See, in the late 90s, Red Lake's walleye population disappeared. I mean, gone. After shutting down the lake, the state and Red Lake tribe slowly restocked the walleyes. But here's the thing. During that downtime, Red Lake's crappie fishing exploded.
To keep up that pace, what you saw last night in here was every single day, January, February, and March. And it was crazy.
But slowly, as Red Lake's walleye population rebounded, the crappie fishing died off.
I can't wait any longer.
Let's go.
We've come to test Red Lake's waters to get a better feel for this lake's winter appeal. It's a 10-minute drive to the spot we hope to fish.
I'm kind of old school, but I like my eyedroppers. You see him down there, Chris?
I don't see him.
Hopefully the bite will turn on here.
Oh, missed him.
Finally, someone hooks up.
Oh. Jiminy's.
You had a nice one?
Yeah.
Big and fat.
We have people that really have no idea that they can have that kind of walleye fishing right here in Waskish, Minnesota.
Just like that fast. Oh my gosh, that thing just came screaming in. That's a beautiful fish.
Then it happens.
Look at the size of that one.
That's the old Red Lake legacy.
Look how big his mouth is. This is the biggest crappie I ever caught. I think it's got to weigh a pound and a half.
See, and that's the thing. That's what it used to be about here.
Yeah.
So, If you visit Red Lake, be prepared. You never really know what might bite.
Red Lake walleye.
But the odds are, it'll be worth a fishtail.
Number 20 glow perch, macho minnow, does it again.
This is the new section we actually added here this spring.
Up next, Northland Tackle is a hometown success story in Minnesota, and we find out what's new in their fishing research lab.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers. Renewal by Anderson, makers of quality replacement windows and doors. Connecticut, better water flows from better thinking. And by Rapala. Catch the latest at rapala.com.
Up next, you know, if you're into fishing, one of the hottest crazes in recent years has been adding scent to baits, like plastic worms, for example. Well, that continues as we continue to try to outwit a fish. And now we go to Northland Fishing Tackle in Bemidji, one of our own Minnesota companies, who are leading the way. So let's take a look, or should we say, let's take a smell.
Come on, fish. There it is.
In the world of man versus fish,
How's that one? What a beauty.
we perpetually dream of a better mousetrap.
On Northland's new Impulse Mini Smelt.
You know, baits that really do catch more fish.
Dandy fish.
Yes, look how thick they are.
It's the million-dollar question. What catches the most fish? It's a question Minnesota's Northland Tackle decided to try and, well, tackle. The goal:
develop a scent technology superior to anything in the market.
Northland wanted to create a new artificial bait. Where do you even start? Northland found the answer
Okay, I guess it's time to get started. This is the parasitology course.
in this guy, Bemidji State biology professor Dr. Don Cloutman.
It was a local company, and so just from a local economy, we thought it'd be good to cooperate with the local business.
Basically, we outfitted their science center with equipment for testing of fish.
Northland actually helped us beef up our lab. In fact, it's a little dirty right now. We've had several projects done in this lab since we did the Northland project.
Northland purchased dozens of aquariums and pumps, and then stocked the rigs with largemouth bass.
We set up what's called a Latin square design, where each fish got every one of these concoctions in a different order. So we had an unbiased sample of what got ate when and all that.
Northland had so-called secret recipes, scents they believed the fish might like.
So each one of these jars represents a concoction that we were testing.
What's the secret code on the front?
I can't tell you what those letters mean.
We had preconceived ideas what might be the best combination, and some of those preconceived ideas were wrong.
The big formula wasn't working the way we'd hoped. I thought, oh boy.
They tested other recipes.
And when that theory failed, we were kind of stuck again.
Stuck until a cold fall evening.
One day Don was wrapping up testing for the day.
I was about to walk out of the lab after conducting all this stuff to give him the bad news.
He said, you know, let me just try this one last thing, before he went home that night.
And I decided to just try a little simpler formula.
And dropped it into the tank, and the fish took it.
Well, oh, it worked.
He did it again.
And oh.
Took it, smacked it, swallowed it.
I did that 5 times in different aquariums around here. Every fish took it and just swallowed it down.
Cloutman had an answer to the million-dollar question.
He was pretty excited that, you know, after 3 months of struggles, he was onto something.
Bemidji State's research blossomed into an entirely new bait business.
This is the new section we actually added here this spring.
Northland calls the plastic baits impulse. They come in every shape, size, and color.
Here are our ice shapes. This is the waxy.
And here's the thing about artificial baits. With so much pressure on curbing the spread of invasive species, live bait like minnows may someday become a thing of the past.
I got to hand it to Northland. They wanted to find out whether this stuff was going to work or not. They did not want to market it if it wasn't working.
It's the first time we were told that a state university has ever partnered with a business to develop a product.
To be able to do these cooperative projects with local business, I think is a really good thing.
And of course, for anglers, those of us who perpetually dream of catching more fish.
Nice fish.
Now, if we can only figure out what's in that new bait.
It's kind of like a cooking show, you know. If I told you the recipe, I'd have to kill you. Okay, so.
It's a downhill skiing event you won't want to miss. Racing for fun and a great cause.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Yard, premier manufacturers of maintenance-free outdoor patio furniture and accessories from recycled plastic.
You know, with all this snow, people want to go cross-country skiing or downhill skiing, and then some people want to race. But as you'll see, not all ski races are the same.
If you've seen downhill ski races before, you should know this race isn't all about winning.
They raise money for the American Cancer Society. They have tons of great prizes that they give away, raffle tickets that they sell.
And my mom died from cancer 3 years ago, so this is near and dear to my heart.
Racing on skis also was near and dear to a man by the name of Joe Rauscher.
Back in 1993, our dad, Joe Rauscher, died of cancer. And he was a very avid skier and really enjoyed the sport. Wasn't super fast, just a great recreational skier, loved the sport.
The Joe in these pictures also happens to be the Joe of Joe's Sporting Goods in St. Paul. To honor his memory, Joe's family launched a ski race for a good cause.
This is our 19th annual Joe Rauscher Memorial Ski Race. We've done it at Afton Alps, we've done it at Buck Hill, but we found a home here at Wild Mountain that they really graciously let us use the whole hill for no charge.
So we do children's cancer research in the American Cancer Society that benefit from this race.
Very fun, lighthearted race. It's not super serious, but everybody has a great time.
I think we've been doing it since you started.
We have a lot of families that come out.
It's really fun and it's really exciting.
So here's a race that someone can join up that is you have grandfather, the son or daughter, and then the grandkids all skiing on the same team.
And we have lots of fun and go super fast.
Down the hill they go, each at their own skill level and hoping perhaps for a medal. Your name goes on the board with the fastest times, or perhaps the strangest ski outfit.
Okay, well, we are Team Awesome. We're a superhero team, and I picked my superhero power to be making snow. I'm a snowmaker. This is my snow gun on the top of my helmet.
Yeah, we come out representing Courage Alpine skiers for the Rauscher race. And my buddy Gino and I are adaptive skiers. I sit in this ski here, and we come out, race the 10 o'clock. Oh, it's just a blast. And we look forward to it every single year.
Just a blast indeed. But who knew a hill of snow and skiers in Joe's name could do so much with more than $300,000 donated to cancer research.
And sometimes you figure, boy, we're coming up on the 20th annual, you know, is it something that maybe it's run its course? And with how many people come up to you afterwards and with tears in their eyes saying how much it has affected me, my family. We love what you do for raising money for the cancer benefits. It's just so touching to so many people. Yeah, we just keep doing it year after year.
Coming up, our classic gives us a break from the cold and snow and heads to an exotic place called Rio Indio.
Minnesota Bound, brought to you by Hennepin County Medical Center, bringing outdoor safety tips from the experts at HCMC to your mobile device. Minnesota Agricultural Water Resources Coalition. Minnesota soybean farmers and their checkoff, sharing their real story about responsible, ethical agriculture for life. Visit therealstorymn.com to learn more.
Okay, are you ready for a getaway and all is whiteness? Well, I found one. It's a long ways away, but it's worth going to, a place called Rio Indio.
This is the San Juan River. Wild and remote, yes, but certainly on the map. In Central America, the San Juan is a border river, dividing the countries of Nicaragua and Costa Rica. The meeting place, the river's current and the ocean's waves, is also a magnet for one of the world's greatest game fish.
So the Spanish name for tarpon is? Sábalo. 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 We're drifting a pretty good clip, aren't we?
For an angler transplanted from the north, this could have been a sunny day of fishing on a Minnesota lake.
It's like jigging for a walleye here.
Rosanda, my Rama Indian guide, explained that tarpon often travel in feeding schools.
And what they do, they come behind the other one that you hooked up. They come to see what they hear feeding on.
As if by cue, the tarpon showed. Not one, but many.
Ooh, there's something.
Okay, set the boat.
Oh, there's three of them. Aaron, you look down there. My Lord, school of tarpon.
Suddenly, a school of tarpon with one playing hooky.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. There he is right here.
That's good.
Oh, he's gone. He knocked himself out.
You need to check your leader.
Yeah.
Because your leader gets screwed up. They had a sharp gum, a sharp lip.
Yeah, you can feel how rough.
That you could feel how rough the line get whenever you hook a tarpon.
Oh, I tell ya, they're just nothing but a piece of muscle.
Someone once said, big game fishing is often hours of boredom, followed by moments of absolute pandemonium. Truer words were never spoken.
I don't know what I got. Golly sakes. There he is.
Finally, a tarpon victory, if you can call it that.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That's a beauty. There he goes. I tell you what, you know, looking through a hole in the ice is fine, but catching tarpon in the open water is finer? Huh? Well, that about does it for us. Remember, introduce a kid to the great outdoors. I'm Ron Sharon, of course, always the star of the show is sitting next to me.
Guests appearing on Minnesota Bound receive gift certificates to Crave Restaurants. Fresh, vibrant, American. Transportation provided by Premier Transportation, Call 1-800-899-7433. For more information on these stories and more, catch us on the web at mnbound.com.